하지만 결국 가는 데 같아 질리게 겪어도 사랑 때문에 애 같아 이럴 때
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports.
It's an Eastern Conference matchup, and today's game is the 76ers coming to for this one. Mike the Welcome you to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony and Doris Burke reporting from the sidelines. The Hawks with their last game here in Atlanta before heading out on the road. Well, guys, coming into this game, it's been 5 consecutive losses, so confidence obviously will be a key for them tonight.
And I think for the Hawks, they're in good shape in the standings with the postseason on the horizon. Maybe a notch below where we thought they'd be.
And, Greg, I think they may be saving their best for last. This is a team that's built for the playoffs, and they'll be in top form when they need to.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So on the floor for Philadelphia, they've got Embiid. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Brook Lopez. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Nash in at the 1. And here is Horford following Steve Nash's 3. Back to Horford. And he converts the layup. Horford's got his first 2 points.
And Horford, guys, is so dangerous in that pick and roll because he's athletic enough to roll to the rim and finish in traffic, but he can also pick and pop for the mid-range jumper. Puts a lot of pressure on opposing defenses.
So for the 76ers, their last game, a win against the Bulls.
Their percentage from long range in that game was off the charts. Seemed like anytime the fans got a little hostile, they just started to take it up a notch from beyond.
The bombs were really falling, weren't they? I mean, great shooting, especially when you consider it was on the road.
Now here's Embiid. He's coming off a 31-point game against Chicago.
And he also made his presence felt on the defensive side as well. 3 block shots were registered in that game.
And here's Oladipo following Steve Nash's 3. And Oladipo kicks it over to Schroeder. Misses from close range.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Embiid kicks to Lopez. Howard down after the assist led him into the lane.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
So it's Atlanta now. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Leonard with the steal. Butler on the way. Guarded by Oladipo. From deep three-point range, Nash can't get it to go. Looking at the last game for the Atlanta Hawks, it was a loss to Miami.
Yeah, they just really struggled to put points on the board throughout that game. You could just see they were pressing, just couldn't get anything to go on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and guys, once they got spiraling downward, there seemed to be no way to get out of it. All their offense went to Pop.
Here's Butler after the basket by Atlanta. To the wing right side. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. That one on Horford.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
You know, Jimmy Butler is one of those guys who had to overcome major odds just to get to the NBA. Reportedly, his father abandoned the family when Jimmy was an infant. Mom kicked Jimmy out when he was 13. The obstacles and adversity go on, yet he's made it and made it big.
Now here is Cephalosha. G right on him. It's Oladipo on the wing. Pass to Millsap. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. 6 on the shot clock. And Oladipo, here we go.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
Victor Oladipo.
Both shots good from the stripe.
There's not a lot you can say that hasn't been said before about his skill at the charity stripe.
Nash outside. Puts up the baby hook. A stupendous finish in traffic. Nash has got 8 points. And going back to Jimmy Butler, there were just so many times when he was set up to fail. He was not heavily recruited out of high school. He was even homeless when he was in high school in the Houston area. Went to a junior college, then Marquette, now in the NBA. So he played his freshman year at a junior college, which I think humbled him just a bit, but maybe gave him that work ethic that is so much, Greg, a part of his game now.
And Kevin, the talent was there. And most of all, as we see how he dealt with adversity, the heart was there. He blocked out the distractions and finally transferred to a major college and worked his way into becoming a first-round pick.
Nash with no one around. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. And that's now 10 points for Steve Nash. And Atlanta calls their first timeout of the game. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of the 76ers this year.
And looking back to last season, they won this season series as you'd expect.
Yeah, there's a reason they were a playoff team. I mean, they beat the teams they were supposed to. We'll see if they can do it again tonight.
Now, here's Oladipo. He had a 36-point outing in the last game against Miami.
Yeah, not to mention the 4 big steals on the night, getting after it on both ends. Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Nash kicks to Butler. Pass to Embiid. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
They're really struggling defensively, giving up too many easy buckets.
A great point. Really an embarrassing performance defensively, and the coaching staff can't be happy.
Now, here's Oladipo. Providing around 26.5 points a game, rarely has an off night. And the basket by Horford.
Just couldn't get a hand in the face on that one.
That's using what you got. He's got a height advantage, put it to good use there, and got himself a clean look.
And Embiid throws it down.
And how about the grasp they had on the game plan for this one?
You know, I know it's early, but I don't think I'm going out on a limb when I say we could be headed for a blowout unless something dramatically changes and fast.
Butler up top. He's guarded by Schroeder. Launches a 3. And Jimmy Butler with the 3. Butler's got 6.
How about the start that they've gotten off to here? Huge lead, and we're still in the first quarter.
And, guys, it hasn't just been the scoring. I mean, they're playing tremendous defense, too.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Nash outside. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
The 76ers struggled last year, but it was mostly due to their offensive issues, Greg. At times, they could be okay on defense.
No doubt, Kevin. They've got a good group of rim protectors, and they also knew how to force turnovers, but they have got to improve offensively.
Embiid dishes to Butler. Embiid with the screen on Oladipo. Butler passes to Embiid. Millsap with the steal. By himself. And the jam by Sefolosha.
Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
Now here's Embiid. No good. Good work defensively by Horford.
Yeah, you know, Philly would finish right in the middle of the pack in terms of defensive rankings. They knew how to make stops, and they've got some good defenders, too, so not surprised they were fairly solid defensively.
Horford with the screen on Butler. Here's Oladipo. Goes straight to the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's on Jimmy Butler.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Perfectly designed and perfectly executed.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Splitters checked in for Horford. Korver comes in for Sefolosha. And it's Teagan for Dennis Schroeder. And let's quickly check in on the season's top rookie rebounders so far. Number 1 is Joel Embiid.
Already in his first season, he's really a man in the paint. Ready-made with the strength and determination to make his presence felt.
Well, what he lacks in experience, he makes up for with toughness and hustle. Rebounding is one of those skills you can develop early, and he's been the best at it so far.
And the Hawks making a change here. Prince is checked in.
And the big thing that stuck out for me for the Sixers, their turnovers forced. I mean, second in the league in steals per game, fourth in the league in blocks.
And stolen by Jeff Teague. Here's Millsap. Stolen by Allen. Leonard against Teague. There's the triple. And it's Kawhi Leonard with the 3. Leonard's got his second bucket of the night. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the 76ers?
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
Allen against Korver. The feed now to Millsap. Puts up the baby hook. It's rebounded by Leonard.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
And that one's good. Roten.
That's 2 straight quick three-pointers they've allowed.
Defense just not reacting with enough aggressiveness.
T kicks to Splitter. Will it go? And the layup good by Teague. Teague's got his first basket.
They've been getting it inside at every opportunity and getting results, too.
Yeah, that's a winning formula as far as I'm concerned. They've been the aggressors and far more assertive on the offensive end.
Now, here's Roten. He averages a bit over 6 points a game.
You couldn't have dreamed of a much better start here than they've had today.
I think the offensive game plan they came in with was right on point. It's worked perfectly, and the lead they already have is proof in the pudding.
Kicks it to Leonard. Leonard draws the double. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
And guys, the Spurs coaching tree extends pretty far these days. Coach Brett Brown, another former member of the Spurs staff, to be leading an NBA team.
Well, Greg, for Brett Brown and the Spurs connection, he was an assistant in San Antonio for 7 years, was really indoctrinated into how the Spurs conducted business. Clark, before coming to the 76ers.
Yeah, he's got an interesting accent, too, a mix of Boston Australian from where he grew up and where he spent a lot of time, but no doubting his passion and his coaching ability. He's good in both.
He was actually a head coach for Australia for a while in international play. And Teague, here we go. Here's Millsap. That's good, and so Teague with the assist.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
And here's Covington from the arc. Paul Millsap with the rebound. The Hawks trail by 14. And a chance now to go over to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with head coach Mike Budenholzer.
He has a very specific approach laid out. He told me that they're going to concentrate on working the ball into the paint as much as possible today and taking advantage of what he believes is a significant edge for them on the interior. Guys?
Thank you, Doris.
This looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
I don't know. There might be more defense in the warm-ups. Right now, these are just shooting game shots.
Teague dishes to Splitter. The layup missed. Now the 76ers with it. They're on a 15-6 run. Leonard the pass to Embiid. Leonard draws the double. Pass to Allen. Back to Leonard. Millsap with the steal. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. There's the steal. Now the 76ers on the break. Ahead. Allen, that's good. And the 76ers lead by 19.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary.
I don't want no problem.
Atlanta's shooting has been fun to watch in this game. They're at 57%. So to begin the second quarter for the Philadelphia 76ers, Grant is out there with Brook Lopez. Then it's Allen. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Nash in at the point guard. Grant outside. Back to Nash. Kicks it out to Allen. Fires the three. Rebounded by Cephalosha.
Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, you may not be as lucky next time down if you're the defense and not allow him to get those kinds of looks.
Splitter, that's good.
Nice pass that time. What excellent vision by Jeff Teague out there.
Lopez left side and stolen by Horford. 3-on-3. Nash with the block. Fast break, Philadelphia. Here's Lopez. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. For Brook Lopez, disappointing start to last season. The season before, he had played only 17 games, so he wanted to make an impact right off the bat. It just didn't work out.
Yeah, you know, he missed the first 2 games altogether with the foot injury and comes back to play pretty well, then hurts his back. Out for 8 more games, comes back again. He's benched in favor of Miles Plumlee. Just a very disjointed year for Lopez.
Philadelphia leading by 14. Butler on the wing, guarded by Oladipo. And it's Butler missing.
The defense needs to play tight on him, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss. Well done.
Schroeder with the ball, guarded now by Nash. Schroeder kicks to Horford. Cephalosha dishes to Splitter. He feeds it to Oladipo. And here's Cephalosha for 3, and he gets the bucket. Cephalosha's got 5.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Grant with the ball. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
Well, he can give as good as he gets.
Gamesmanship going on right here. You've seen it, Greg. You know exactly what's going on right there. He answers right back with that 3 of his own.
Count it, and the Philadelphia lead has been cut down now to just 12 points with the basket from Al Horford.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
All about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks their coach drew up.
Here's Stauskas. Lopez outside. Launches it. Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession.
You can see where the Hawks rank in the league stats over the last 10 games. 3rd in steals, 6th in free throw percentage, and they're a top 10 team in 3-point shooting.
And you look at all those steals. I mean, they play an in-your-face aggressive style of defense. Even advancing the ball can prove to be a challenge, and they tend to feed off of that.
The Hawks trail by 12. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. And Oladipo, here we go. And it falls over the rim and in. Oladipo's got 11 points.
And you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
Hits, count that one from Stauskas.
Sensational pass. Even in mid-shot, he still saw the open man.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Now, here's Oladipo. Not a lot of room. He kicks to Horford from 18 feet away. Buries the jump shot. Horford's got 6 here in this quarter. And Philadelphia has possession. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Stauskas kicks to Butler. Grant outside. Rebounded by the Hawks.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Here's Schroeder, and the lead is down inside single digits. Schroeder's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number 1 right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
Stauskas' shot is off. The Hawks trail by 9. Hawks were so dominant last year and were the first team to clinch their spot in the postseason.
Hawks also would wrap up the top seed in the East and were able to advance against the Nets in 6 games. You know, the right thing there to try to fade away with the D all over him, but that is a difficult shot to sink.
And the dunk by Lopez.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that 2-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
And Oladipo, here we go. Shot is off. So Philadelphia will take it the other way.
You know, in the second round, the Hawks had a bit of trouble once again with the Wizards. Were able to get by them despite going down 2-1 in that series. It seemed like they were out of gas against the Cavs in the next round.
Stauskas, and it's sent back by Horford. Now Schroeder, he has 6. He dishes it to Oladipo. It's good. That basket, he's now 5 for 9.
And really, with the Hawks in the postseason, they just ran out of help. I mean, the Korver injury, the Carroll injury were huge against the Cavs. And when you lose that much talent, you could see why they were swept out of that conference finals. Don't forget, they also lost Cephalosha prior to the playoffs.
He is 3 for 3 from the free throw line. And Victor Oladipo, after a solid rookie campaign, really took it up a notch last season, even after missing Clark the first 9 games with that facial fracture.
I love this kid's gravitas. I mean, he's got a presence about him. His percentages improved across the board, field goal, 3-point free throws. But I like his work ethic and his confidence.
There's the screen. Butler kicks to Grant. And it's sent back by Horford. And they'll keep possession. The Hawks trail by 7. Oladipo left side. And he dunks it down.
Nathan League big boy throwdown right there.
And he keeps a tight grip on that rim after the finish.
Yeah, maybe that'll give them a little bit of that swagger that they seem to have lost. In talking about Victor Oladipo's improvement, a lot of it has to do with his work ethic. Also his pregame film studies, something his college coach absolutely raved about. And all of that showed up for him big time last season.
Paul Millsap's checked in for Splitter. The 76ers also with a sub. Leonard's checked in. On defense, Philadelphia. They lead by 7. Schroeder passes to Oladipo. The pass to Schroeder. 6 to shoot. Here's Horford. And he uses the glass on the layup. Horford's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And you know, back to Oladipo, we always talk about 5-star phenoms coming out of high school. He was a guy. He's had to work for everything he's gotten, and I think that served him well. He's got a hunger and drive that you can't manufacture.
Screen by Grant. Nash dishes to Butler. Nash drives in. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got 5 assists tonight.
Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
Inside, here's Millsap, and the rejection by Leonard. Three-pointer, Butler, good. And now it's a 10-point 76ers lead.
And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark.
Schroeder kicks to Oladipo. Outside Millsap. Another three for Atlanta.
Tit for tat right there, huh, guys?
Didn't take him long at all, fellas, to get those 3 points back.
It's stolen by Oladipo. Wide open. No good. And Philadelphia the other way now. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again.
Tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. Clark,
Yes,
bringing it down hard.
Yes,
my brother.
Symbolic there as well of the effort here tonight.
He's simply a machine at the offensive end. I wonder how far behind they'd be if he wasn't having this kind of quarter.
Butler passes to Nash. Grant kicks to Butler. They set the pick. Outside Leonard. Out to Nash. Grant outside. His three-pointer's off the mark.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Horford missing again. The 76ers leading by 7. And Lopez has it in the corner. Grant dishes to Lopez. Right at the free throw line, and the shot is good. Lopez has got 7 points for the quarter.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
And here's Schroeder. 6 points for him. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. For the Hawks, Korver comes in for Justin Holiday, and it's Teagan for Victor Oladipo. And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Lopez. Robert Covington comes in for Jeremy Grant. Ray Allen is checked in for Jimmy Butler. And Roten subbed in for Steve Nash. Down low, here's Horford. Good for his 8th field goal. He's attempted a dozen shots.
Well, I tell you, last season was a big one for the Hawks and Coach Budenholzer. Their dominant season won him multiple Coach of the Month titles, and eventually he won the Coach of the Year award. That was the 3rd straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical. Be more aggressive.
The game's just far too easy right now when it comes to attacking the basket. They have got to do better.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush.
Korver against Leonard. Shoots from the baseline. It's rebounded by Schroeder.
And we haven't seen them be quite as aggressive driving the basketball, settling far too much for jumpers.
Yeah, that's a good observation on your part, Greg. Fewer free throw attempts for them this quarter. And the danger is they can't afford to get too comfortable out there because they've got the lead. Otherwise, it might start to get away from them.
Here's Embiid, and it's sent back by Horford. There's 57 seconds left to play here in the half. And that one's good. Now just a 1-point 76ers lead.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Leonard, no luck. Atlanta's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Schroeder kicks to Horford. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one. Almost always deadly when he's that open.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Embiid with the steal. Fast break, here they come. Here's Covington, finishes the break with a slam.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know.
Pra mim, 1000% select. Ma revolution é black, no ar, check. In my chair, meilleur qu'hier.
Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Mr. Oladipo. And it's Cephalosha in at the 3. They're the group for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for just battling back into this game.
Extremely impressive was the rally they made. I mean, we'll see how much their comeback might have taken out of them, and we'll see if they can keep that foot on the pedal now.
Oladipo for 3. And Philadelphia grabs the miss.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, you hope that's not indicative of the type of D they're going to play, because if they do, they're going to have struggles with him tonight.
Leonard kicks to Butler. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Leonard. Philadelphia needs to get a shot off. Lopez, no luck.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Oladipo with the ball. Now defended by Embiid. Here's Schroeder. And that one's good. Schroeder's got the lead up to 1 now for Atlanta.
Yeah, starting the second half nicely there. Love those easy lay-ins to get things going.
Nash, the pass to Butler. It's stolen by Oladipo. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. And the rejection by Leonard. They retain possession. The Hawks have been excellent at the free throw line here today. A flawless 6 for 6.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Really, guys, it's just come together for them at the charity stripe this season. I mean, the confidence is there, and so too are the results.
And guys, you got to love the front court for these Atlanta Hawks. I mean, Al Horford and Paul Millsap both give up a few inches in terms of height, but you won't find a more skilled and versatile front court in the NBA.
You know, what an advantage he brings to this offense, guys. I mean, being able to drain the 3-ball, that really can spread a defense and extend the defense as well.
Millsap a screen. Now here's Schroeder, defended by Nash. Millsap a screen on Butler. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Oladipo misses. Well, speaking of the skill of the Atlanta front court, their offense predicated on ball movement and spacing and shooting. Unlike San Antonio, Horford and Millsap a perfect fit.
Really, those two enjoy playing together. Excellent chemistry between them because they're both mobile, agile, skilled big guys.
Now here's Schroeder. He's tightly guarded. Picked by Horford. And Oladipo, here we go. It fails to fall. Now shooting just a little better than 50%. 5 for 9. Leonard dishes to Embiid. Outside Butler. Embiid sets the pick for Butler. And they double up Butler. And Embiid throws it down.
How about that? Breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk.
A nice way to pad that lead a little more.
Yes, indeed.
The 76ers didn't lie to themselves about last season, Greg. They knew they weren't going to be in the playoffs. They spent a lot of time last season developing their young players.
Yeah, exactly. And listen, the third straight year the Sixers would miss the playoffs. But as you said, Kevin, they knew what the season had in store. The key was, could they keep those young guys focused on growth and experience and not get caught up in the fact that they struggled to win games.
It's Oladipo on the wing. They get it back. Shoots the 3. Good. Oladipo's got 22.
Guys, he's one of the main reasons this game is tied up. I mean, he's done his part to keep them in it. And it's clear for the Sixers, the plan has been to continue to add good young players. Eventually, I think they'll be a force in the East. There's no guarantee, but they've got a plan and they're sticking to it. I hope he didn't hurt his neck, because that was one nasty, nasty head fake.
Well, the defender bought that move, hook, line, and sinker.
The whole thing. He may have given him a little pat on the back as he went sailing by. solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
Now, this is why the breakaway rim was invented, for plays just like that.
Well, he almost brought the whole thing down, Clark, by hanging on that long.
Yeah, he did.
I tell you what, though, great dunk, and this is even a better game we got going on right now.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
The shot by Butler, nobody around. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his third foul of the game.
Yeah, he looked clumsy on that one. He was not going to get away with that.
Yeah, he climbed all over him. I mean, there's a picture of that one in the officiating manual. So, clear, easy call.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Tayshaun Prince is checked in for Millsap. And Justin Holiday is subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Stauskas is checked in. Philadelphia's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Embiid with it. Now defended by Oladipo. That one goes. Count it.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
Atlanta's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Now the dish to Holiday. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Holiday's got the game tied up here for the Hawks.
Looked like he was channeling Bob Cousy right there. Since when does he take guys off the dribble like that?
Nash left side. Three-pointer. And Splitter pulls it down. Atlanta's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Cephalosha misses.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
For Atlanta, they've gotten half their shots to drop in the second half up to this point, going 7 of 14. Oladipo goes in. Misses in close.
Sweet move to get free, but just could not convert there in the end.
For 3, Stauskas can't get it to go. So the Hawks will take it the other way. And Oladipo kicks to Splitter. Atlanta again missing.
That's as high percentage as it gets for him. I mean, the defense really has to be mindful of not giving him that kind of space to operate.
And the foul on Tayshaun Prince. That's his first foul.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Teague, he's checked in for the Hawks. And the 76ers also making a change. Grant, he's checked in for Lopez.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low. And I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation. But, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Horford comes in for Splitter. And it's Korver in for Thabo Cephalosha. Nash kicks to Stauskas. Back to Nash. Grant the pass to Nash. Down low. No good from Grant.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
And it's Korver off the drive. Oh, that's blocked. Here's Allen. Rebound by the Hawks.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, embarrassing. He just lost his concentration for a split second, and that's all it took.
Guys, close one here. No team getting a huge advantage.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, there have already been 5 lead changes, but nobody taking control of it.
Yeah, tooth and nail fight so far, guys. These sides match up really well.
The Hawks trailing. Outside Teague. To the middle. Here's Prince. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. Allen picks one up.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
That's exactly how it should be done. Get the bump, concentrate on the shot, and you'll get the bucket too.
Robert Covington's checked in for the 76ers. Tony Roten comes in for Steve Nash. That's good from Horford on the assist by Teague. 24 points for Al Horford.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
You're right, Clark. Just continue to pound it in the paint and get those easy points inside.
Well, they're fortunate. Defense was taking a big chance leaving him that wide open behind the arc. Tayshaun Prince, one of the ultimate Velcro guys. I mean, he's been in the league a long time. The consummate pro, as detailed, steady, and unflappable as they come.
And here's Covington from the arc, and he gets it to go. Covington's got it all tied up now for the 76ers.
It has been a three-point barrage for them since halftime.
Not sure if it's been by design or simply by accident, but either way, it has been impressive.
Teague for three. Another three for Atlanta.
They're not going to run that play very often, but hey, they'll take it. Way to notch that three.
Now here's Roten. Teague covering. Grant with a screen on Teague. Screen by Grant. Here's Covington, guarded by Holiday. That shot wide open. 17 points for Joel Embiid.
Boy, I tell you what, he's having one of those days where if he takes it, he makes it.
Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. And stolen by Roten. Here's Covington. 8 points for him. Wide open look. It's rebounded by Teague. Now here comes Teague, leading the break. Roten dishes to Covington. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot. Covington's got 10 points in the game. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the 76ers?
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
They have, but you also can't overlook how well they've defended the rim, as they've challenged every shot and also gotten quite a few blocks as well.
This defense is giving their shooters free rein to operate from behind the arc.
And when you allow shooters to get in a rhythm, then you're going to have problems, because they can hit it even when you start to defend it with intensity.
Atlanta again missing.
You know what? You just cannot get much better of a look than that one.
Exactly. I mean, no way you expect him to miss that shot.
Roten kicks to Embiid. Dishes to Roten beyond the arc. Lock at 6. Count the bucket. And now a 6-point Philadelphia lead.
Not sure how he gets that pass off. I thought for sure he was going to pull the trigger.
Teague drives in. Will it go? And he hits the jumper for 2. Prince has got his second bucket of the night. There's 38 seconds left in the third. Allen, right side. From deep three-point range, Tayshaun Prince with the rebound. Prince has got his 4th rebound in this one.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him. And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Allen for 3, and that one's good. Allen's got 11 points.
And that's his second triple of the half. None for him going into the break.
Here's Horford. Looking for Korver. He gets it there. And Holiday, here we go. Misses the layup. The 76ers leading by 5. On the court for Philadelphia to start the 4th. Nash is out there with Allen. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Brook Lopez. And it's Butler in at the 3, the small forward.
Yeah, nice, strong finish there. Nearly a three-point opportunity.
Full throttle, pedal to the metal, attacking basketball. I like that. You know, there was plenty to be happy about last year in Atlanta with the way the Hawks played. One sour note, though, was that the team was viewed as a potential buy for Seattle groups. They're getting a bunch of their points outside of the paint. 3 of their last 5 buckets are from three-point range.
The defense is just not closing out quick enough.
Now here's Schroeder. He's tightly guarded. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Well, last season, the Hawks not only had a great year on the floor, as they were the top seed in the Eastern Conference, but they had a pretty good day at the bank, too. They sold for a nice price. Looks like the team is going to stay in Atlanta where it belongs.
Yeah, and that's great news for Atlanta, and they were rewarded with a terrific season. A group, including Grant Hill, purchased the Hawks, and obviously will keep that group in Atlanta for many years to come.
Good. That's 28 points for Steve Nash.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Leonard, no luck.
Kevin, just enough presence to bother that three-point attempt there.
Yeah, but for a guy that shoots it as well as he does, I'd say that is an easy look.
That's a 2 from Korver, and right through it goes.
And the deeper we get into this game, it seems like the more the offenses are in rhythm.
Without question. I mean, both of these teams are firing on full broadband bandwidth. I mean, full throttle ahead.
Outside Butler. Goes up from the top of the key. Atlanta with the rebound. Now here's Schroeder. Outside Korver. And Millsap, here we go. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Leonard's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Jacks up a 3. Feeds it to Nash. From deep. Another miss by Leonard.
Well, he had 1 three-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
To the paint, here's Schroeder. Count that as his 7th field goal in 10 tries. He's shooting a very good 70%.
Yeah, one of the few bright spots for his team. I mean, he's had a very efficient offensive performance.
No telling how much larger the lead would be if it wasn't for his shooting. I mean, come on, this guy's kept him in it.
And it's Leonard with the jam.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
Here's Schroeder. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Pass to Millsap for 3. Another 3 for Atlanta.
This guy will really make you pay if you leave him enough room outside.
Fires from deep. And that one's good. And that's 12 points for Jimmy Butler.
Back at you. I mean, they immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading spray guns from long range. Trading blows from behind the arc.
Schroeder passes to Horford. And that one's good. Horford's got 26 points.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this.
Butler up top, covered by Cephalosha. Lopez against Horford. Here's Allen. Good for another field goal. Number 5 in the night. 5 for 10 shooting.
Well, nothing was going down for him in the first half, but since the break, he's been on target.
Schroeder with the ball. Passes it to Horford. Shot clock at 6. And it's Schroeder missing. The 76ers leading by 9. And Butler, here we go. Kicks it out to Allen. Takes the 3. No luck. Korver with the defensive effort. Atlanta's gone 6 of 11 when they've taken the 3-point shot tonight. Very respectable. Picked by Horford. There's the 3. And it's Schroeder missing.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities.
Ray Allen is on the wing. Nash outside. The feed to Lopez. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Now here's Schroeder, defended by Nash.
And he's clearly just disappeared here this quarter, not making any contributions here with his offense.
And Greg, it's been hard to watch. I mean, you can see his frustration. He's actually looking forward to the end of this period so he can have a fresh start for the next one.
Butler from outside. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 5 assists in the game.
And with that 3, his second of the half, he's equaled his total from before the break.
Picked by Horford. Schroeder kicks to Millsap. On the money from 12 feet away. Millsap's got 9 points now in just the second half.
That's a terrific set that they just ran.
Allen dishes to Leonard for the 3. And good on the basket. Book it.
That's a weapon they've been allowed to use at will to date.
Yeah, the defense struggling to take that away from them.
Schroeder kicks to Horford. Leonard against Millsap. Shoots from the baseline. Great D that time from Leonard.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Butler goes in. Butler missing again. The Hawks trail by 15. That's a 2 from Korver, and the jumper falls for him. Philadelphia's gotten 8 shots off from three-point land and hit half of them. Nash the pass to Leonard. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Boy, he is such a ridiculous dunker.
High riser, no doubt about it.
Goodness, I mean, you come to expect plays like that from him, and folks, that never gets old.
That's going to be over and back, not watching for the line that time.
You know, that turnover right there isn't typical of the performance he's turned in today. In fact, that's his only turnover of the game. He's done a really good job taking care of the ball.
Oladipo, he's checked in for Kyle Korver. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Leonard kicks to Embiid. That's good. Embiid's got 13 points here in the second half alone.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Now Schroeder, he'll set a screen. Horford's shot is good. Horford's got 4 points in the quarter.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
And the shot goes in from Embiid.
And since the start of the fourth quarter, that three-point shot has just been there.
Yeah, exactly. Doing an excellent job, I think, finding the open guy on the perimeter. And the three-pointer is a major weapon for him right now in this quarter.
And the basket by Horford.
Boy, he's making it look really easy right now. I expect him to continue to run the offense through him until the defense makes him change plans.
Nash right side. The wide open look here for Lopez. Horford with the rebound. The Hawks trail by 16. And here's Schroeder. Fires for 3. That's a basket. His 8th from the field, 8 of 14.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Embiid against Horford. The basket drops and he gets fouled.
I really thought they did a better job, a much better job of getting it inside in the first half. They've got to get back to throwing it in the paint more here in the second.
And the Hawks making a change here. Tiggs checked in. Atlanta calls timeout.
And guys, this 76ers team still trying to forge an identity. One thing that is sure, they will attack the basket, and a lot of fearless players on this roster.
Oladipo against Butler. And it's Oladipo with the jam.
Fantastic dunk, and He decided to hang around up there for a while, Kevin.
Well, maybe, he didn't want to land awkwardly. I don't know.
Yeah,
Oh,
maybe
guys, come on. He's up
safety
there
move.
posing. He's posing for the photographers. That's all that's about.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
Well, the 76ers do go at the basket without hesitation. They're fearless, Clark, going inside. Led the NBA last season on points off drive.
Well, I like to say you've got to use what you have. They didn't have many shooters, so that means head down, get to the rim.
Teague drives in, and he gets it to go.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Nash dishes to Embiid, and stolen by Horford. And here we go. Teague heading to the hoop. And Lopez pulls it down. Lopez has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting. And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the 76ers.
It was like watching a three-point shooting contest tonight here, Clark.
I call them warm-up jump shots. I mean, 3 after 3, it paid off for them in the end.
And so this is going to end up as victory number 24 on the year.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
Greg, I don't think it'll play out quite that simply, though. The team coming out on the losing end of Game 1 is just that much more motivated to get even in Game 2 and 3. So I think the edge goes to the losing team.
And as we've come to expect, another big game tonight and an impressive exhibit for Kawhi Leonard. You can set a tone with defense, and that's exactly what he did with how he protected the rim.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Splitter's checked in for Horford. Mike Scott comes in for Paul Millsap. Tayshaun Prince is checked in for Cephalosha. And Justin Holiday is subbed in for Victor Oladipo. And Atlanta has possession. They trail by 14. Prince outside. Fires from 18. And Atlanta again with the bucket. This game looks like they've got it just about wrapped up.
You're exactly right. I mean, take care of the ball, work the clock. It's a wrap.
Yep, nice game. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Embiid. Takes it into the teeth of the...
the 2K Sports pregame show.
It's an Eastern Conference matchup as the New York Knicks come into town in this one. 2K Sports brings you Friday night NBA action. This is Kevin Hart. To call the game with our analysts Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Right now the 76ers are back in town for just one game and looking to play well for their home fans. What a story right now for these guys. Win after win. It's been a phenomenal stretch.
And they're trying for their second win in as many games against these guys. They were able to exploit their advantages the first time around. They're out to prove that that was no fluke.
Exactly, and confidence so big in this league, Greg. You know that. You want to keep that upper hand against teams whenever possible. And you can see they've got that look in their eyes. I mean, it's time to get busy and go to work.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On the court for the Knicks, they've got Porzingis, also Anthony out there. Robin Lopez out there with Booker, and it's Galloway in at the one spot. So for the 76ers, their last game, a win against the Hawks in Atlanta.
And they may have been on the road, but you know what? They nullified any home court disadvantage in that game by how well they shot it from three.
Shooting can always be a great equalizer. I mean, when you shoot like that from outside, it really makes winning on the road a lot easier.
Philadelphia on D. It's a three-point game.
And looking at Joel Embiid, he has all the tools to be the game's next great center. He's raw, no doubt about that. And he'll have to overcome the injuries, but his combination of size, speed, agility, practically unparalleled.
Galloway kicks to Booker. Here's Galloway, defended by Butler. Here's Porzingis.
Hey guys, Porzingis was almost a rookie last season, but he opted to pull out of the early entry and wait a year for this past summer's draft. Seems to have worked out for him as far as how his draft stock has changed.
That free throw good from Porzingis. He's perfect from the line this time.
He has such terrific form and consistency on his free throws. Beautiful to watch.
Nash kicks to Lopez. Nash outside. From downtown, it's hauled in by Porzingis. Greg, you're right with Porzingis. It made sense for him to wait one more year. Clark has a lot to learn, but still comes over, as a much talked about player, a much better player than had he declared last season.
I agree with you, yet he'll still need time to develop, but all the ingredients are there. He's got a chance to be a really good player.
Well, the Latvian had a great shot for his height, and he'll be an interesting stretch for in the NBA.
Good call.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch in how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
Here's Booker. That's good, and so Galloway with the assist. Booker's got his second bucket of the night.
I don't know. Maybe they're still working out the kinks on D, because that clearly was a breakdown.
Nash outside. Up top, Embiid. 5 on the clock to end the run. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And guys, the Sixers drafted Embiid 3rd overall despite a foot injury that would keep him out all of his rookie season. Came to the Sixers with a back issue out of Kansas. Of course, they knew all this going in.
Yeah, and Kevin, the Sixers have made an art here lately of drafting players who aren't immediately eligible to play. 2 years ago it was Nerlens Noel, who sat out the season with the knee injury. Last year it was Dario Saric, who played overseas, and now Embiid.
The drive by Anthony. Soft touch off the glass.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Not a lot you can do as a defense when they keep getting the ball in the paint like this.
Now here's Nash. He had 28 points in the win against the Hawks in Atlanta.
Yeah, and he also did a great job on the backboards, Kev, and that also was a factor.
You know, regarding Joel Embiid, the foot was not his only injury when he entered the draft. In his one season at Kansas, he battled both back and knee injury. Obviously, though he's very young, his durability is of some concern.
And Philadelphia has possession. The Knicks making the shot. Nash outside. Three-pointer. Shot is off. And New York the other way now.
And talking about Joel Embiid, there are some who feel the Sixers targeted guys in the draft last year who couldn't help them win games. One wonders at what point does it become anti-competitive.
It's Nash with the drive. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Nash has got his second bucket of the game to go.
He presents a defender with a serious challenge, always.
To the paint, here's Anthony, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Now, here's Nash. Looking at the numbers, he's averaging about 20.5 points a game. To the middle, here's Lopez. It's rebounded by New York. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
They just weren't challenged. I mean, nearly as much as they should have been in that game, at least when they had the ball.
Yeah, it was a mismatch. I mean, the defense from the start was on its heels practically the entire game.
Lopez with the steal. Leonard kicks to Butler. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
And that last replay courtesy of Kia. And the dunk by Booker.
And it's like raining buckets right now. I wonder if this is the early stages of a blowout.
Well, we got to be careful. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves just yet. But it has been pretty ugly so far, no doubt about that.
Here is Nash, following the score by New York, and the shot is good. Nash has got his third basket of the night right there.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
Galloway kicks to Booker. Here's the teardrop. That's good, and so Galloway with the assist. Booker's got 8 points.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
Here's Porzingis. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Knicks?
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
Ray Allen, he's checked in for the 76ers. And then for New York, Kevin Seraphin, he's checked in for Lopez. Williams comes in for Porzingis. And it's Calderon in for Langston Galloway. New York leading by 8.
Well, clearly the 76ers were the youngest team in the league last season, and with all the draft picks they've stockpiled, they'll be the youngest team for a while, it seems. But if the youth can grow and develop, they could also be a force in a few years, too.
Leonard attacking. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Beautiful pass by Steve Nash.
Now the Knicks with it. Last time they met in New York.
Yeah, their defense got sliced and diced in that game. They just weren't closing down on perimeter shooters, not nearly quick enough, and then they gave up their fair share of those point-blank shots on the interior as well.
Something was clearly amiss for them, Greg. I mean, to let an opponent shoot that high a percentage, you got to take a real long look in the mirror after a game like that.
Some changes for Philadelphia. Robert Covington comes in for Butler, and Roten subbed in for Nash. And New York with a change here, too. O'Quinn's checked in. Now here's Booker. 8 points for him. Shot's good for Seraphin.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point, defensively, you have to take something away.
And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback.
Yeah, and if you look at it, had they been converting those second chances all along instead of waiting until now, who knows?
Now here's Leonard. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Atlanta.
Yeah, but I thought the shot blocking was the real story. I mean, he was just everywhere. It got hard to keep track of all his rejections.
The Knicks leading by 5. Calderon kicks to O'Quinn. Back to Calderon. And the pass to O'Quinn from 11 feet away. It's rebounded by Leonard.
Great looking defense, really, just to disrupt the rhythm on that shot.
Yeah, really turned it from a simple, straightforward look into a very difficult shot.
Roten's gone 1 of 3 from the field here. To the inside. It's tipped. Stolen by Allen. And now it's Allen. Running. He can go all the way.
That is such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
And it's one thing to get the steal, but to so alertly turn it into a transition opportunity, even better.
And it's the Knicks with the ball. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. And here we go with Allen running it up the court. Leonard, that's for 2. Kicks it out to Allen. Pass to Covington. Lets it go from deep. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Now, here's O'Quinn. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. A nice shot by Booker.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
And Jose Calderon gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Grant, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard.
For the 76ers, Jeremy Grant.
Covington in the corner. Kicks to Roten. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Embiid. Shot is off. And New York will come the other way. Here is Calderon. Here's Williams. That falls. Nice feed this time from Jose Calderon. And now a 4-point Knicks lead. One thing about Jose Calderon, you could see the frustration in him last season playing a career low 42 games, and his averages were down pretty much, Greg, across the board.
Yeah, and Kevin, he was brought in to kind of invigorate the Knicks' point guard position, but following a preseason calf injury, he missed the team's first 13 games and never was able to really get going. Remember, coming into a new system where he had to learn how to play differently, and then after all that, you have to shut him down because of that left Achilles.
And New York making a change here. Amundsen's checked in. Calderon dishes to Booker. And the rejection by Embiid. And pushing it up is Philadelphia. The 76ers again in transition. For three, Covington. Offensive rebound. Embiid kicks to Allen. Hits it from three-point range. Allen's got his second bucket of the night. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the 76ers.
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is working hard on the offensive glass. They've had a number of putbacks. And getting back to Jose Calderon, he's been an extremely efficient shooter for a point guard, 48% from the field throughout his career. But last season, he couldn't hit it at all. I mean, he dropped down to 41%.
He dishes it to Amundsen. And they get it. And Philadelphia grabs the miss.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
Roten kicks to Allen. Another three for Philadelphia.
Nice job again. That time to add to their lead. They're doing everything right at the moment.
Greg, you're exactly right. Good, solid, steady, no-frills basketball. Doing it in all aspects of the game right now, and that's a hard combination to beat.
The 76ers leading by 6. Roten the pass to Embiid. Another three for Philadelphia.
They just love it how we live, how we live, how we live, how we live, how we live. Say they don't love it, they just love it how we.
And an overpowering first quarter effort. Already a double-digit advantage. 76ers lead by 10. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And guys, what's your take so far in Philadelphia?
The roof is up right now, guys. It's raining in here. A lot of threes through the first.
Hey, sometimes when it rains, it pours, and they have not let up from beyond the arc.
And New York, looking at who they've got. Anthony is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Calderon. Then there's Robin Lopez. And it's Galloway in at the point.
8 of the last 10 points at that end of the court have been scored on very high percentage shots in the paint.
And really, there is no resistance defensively right now. It is just far too easy.
Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Philadelphia. It's hauled in by Porzingis. Knicks trail by 7. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Porzingis has got his third basket of the night.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
The drive by Anthony. Good. Anthony's got 12 points in the game.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Nash kicks to Lopez. Outside Leonard. Back to Lopez. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. And finished off by Leonard.
I tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
Philadelphia leading by 7. Fires the 3. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. That's 7 points for Kawhi Leonard.
Boy, for the Knicks last season, saying it was rough is an understatement. There was a lot of turbulence, and some of it was due to their defense. They just had a difficult time stringing together stops and cutting down opponents' scoring chances.
Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Calderon kicks to Anthony. Goes up on the high post. And he gets the kind bounce as that one drops in for him. Anthony's got 4 this quarter.
Anthony in a rhythm and a groove now.
Nash kicks to Lopez. Kicks it out to Leonard. There's the dish to Nash. The tray. Another three for Philadelphia.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
And New York making a change here. O'Quinn's checked in. Knicks trail by 11. Calderon dishes to Galloway. Outside Anthony. The high post shot, and he knocks down the jumper. Anthony's got 16.
And he's been the key for their offense with the way he shot the basketball.
Yeah, he's most certainly not the reason they're in the hole. I mean, his percentage has been outstanding.
Leonard the pass to Nash. No good on the three. Knicks have gotten all but one of their 7 shots in the second quarter to drop. Pretty impressive. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
It's hard to believe this, but Carmelo feels as if he's been underrated as a superstar to this point in his career. And I'm sure there are a lot of conflicting opinions on that topic.
That free throw good from Anthony. For Carmelo, the numbers are there for him to be treated as a Tier 1 star still, I think, Clark. But it's hard to call him underrated.
Yeah, I think he'll be underrated until he's able to get to the championship round or maybe even win a ring. There's one thing that's clear, though. He's been under a lot of pressure since he's come into the league, and he hasn't been underrated in that regard.
Mr. Porzingis. That falls. Nice feed this time from Jose Calderon. Calderon's got 3 assists in the game. Philadelphia leading by 8. It's Nash with the drive. That ball is good for another field goal. His 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense. And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Passes it to Butler. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fades back. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Butler's got his 2nd basket of the game. Knicks trail by 10. The pass to Porzingis. Inside, O'Quinn, score of the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Great job to hit his teammate on that move, Kevin.
Philadelphia's gone 3 of 4 with the long-range bombs here in the second quarter. That's tipped. Leonard with the steal. Feeds it to Lopez. From deep 3-point range. No good. So New York will take it the other way. They'll be playing host to Chicago for their next game. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Here's Porzingis, and there are the Knicks with another bucket.
Fellas, that's been a go-to shot for them today.
Yeah, and they found that sweet spot in the defense. And it's right between the paint and the 3-point line. And boy, have they been rock solid.
Nash kicks to Stauskas. Dishes it to Leonard. He feeds it to Nash. 6 on the shot clock. That is off the mark. He's shooting 60% on 6 of 10 shots. And it's out of bounds for the Knicks as New York retains possession. Booker, he's checked in for the Knicks. Knocked away. Leonard with the steal. Takes a 3. Nash with no one around. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got assist number 7 for him tonight. Knicks trail by 9. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful 2-hand jam, you're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
6 to shoot. This one for 3. That doesn't go either for Nash. And for the Knicks, the shooting has been out of this world. 74% from the field. Anthony's shot is off. The 76ers leading by 7. Outside Leonard. 76ers moving the ball around. For 3, Stauskas. It's rebounded by New York. Porzingis has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. There's Galloway, defended by Nash. Galloway, the pass to Booker. Offline with... This 3.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Joel Embiid. He's checked in for Lopez. Robert Covington comes in for Jimmy Butler. Allen's checked in for Stauskas. And it's Tony Roten in for Nash. Kevin Seraphin, he's checked in for New York.
5 baskets they've allowed have been of the three-point variety.
And you need the defense to stop the bleed.
And stolen by Roten. Now here's Embiid. Defended by Booker. Roten kicks to Embiid. And stolen by Booker. And there's the feed to Galloway. And Philadelphia grabs the miss.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
You know, they got the shot they wanted, but his defense, deterred them from those plans.
Roten kicks to Covington. Offensive rebound. Embiid wide open. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
Here's Galloway. 9 points last game. And he gets it to go. Booker's got 19 points.
Nice stroke from long range. And if he keeps getting those opportunities, he better take them.
Well, the plan has been obvious now, Clark, for a while. The 76ers really loading up on young players, letting them see a lot of minutes. And They're hoping it's going to bear some fruit, as you like to say, coming up.
Exactly, and it will in time because they've accumulated some really nice young talent, Kevin.
Philadelphia leading by 11. Here's Embiid. Leonard against Anthony. Here's Roten. Offline with his three.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Here's Serafin. And Booker kicks to Galloway. Here's the screen. Jumper off the screen. Here's Williams. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
Roten with it. He's got 9. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Roten's got 11. Here's Galloway. 1:53 left in the first half of the game. He kicks it to Booker. Here's Anthony. The rebound by Roten.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
And the 76ers making a change here. Grant's checked in, and a switcher also for New York. Lewis Amundsen, he's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. Allen dishes to Grant. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
And you're going to take as many of those high percentage shots as you can get.
Philadelphia leading by 11. Powered down after the assist, let him into the lane.
And guys, you don't think this fella can do some major damage if he gets an opening to the rim.
GA, they just learned that lesson the hard way. They better put a little bit more effort into their D the next time down.
Big time play at the basket right there, fellas.
Here's Embiid, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Knicks trail by 13. 41 seconds left in the second quarter. Pass to Booker. Lets it go with a three. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
And for the 76ers, their shooting and offensive execution has been beyond great. They're 63% from the floor in this game. Roten, the pass to Embiid. For three, Covington. There's the bucket. Good. Covington's got his second bucket tonight.
And they're just raining threes on both ends.
Boy, I love the answer. You come at me with the three, I'm coming right back with my own triple.
And here we go with Allen running it up the court. They get it back. Kicks it to Embiid. Buries the... Here's Galloway, defended by Nash. Here's Booker. That's good, and so Galloway with the assist. Booker's got the first basket of the second half. That one for the Knicks.
And guys, in a draft with so many talented big men and lead guards, Booker was a bit of a hot commodity. One of the purest sharpshooters in the draft, has a lightning quick release on his jump shot.
And it's sent back by Lopez. Outside Butler. Back to Nash. And Galloway pulls it down. And with Booker, you know, who is a Kentucky guy, he's a sharpshooter. Greg, you're talking about that. His dad actually played at the University of Missouri. He was a pretty good shooter. Clark, this Booker has a pretty good frame to work with, and I think that's going to serve him well in the NBA.
Yeah, I agree with you. I like his size. I like his stroke. I like his toughness. I think he's going to be better defensively than people think. He's got a lot of good stuff in his game already.
Pass to Porzingis from outside the arc. With the second effort, and the rejection by Leonard. Lopez kicks it over to Nash. From deep, makes that one fall. It's his 8th bucket in 15 shot attempts.
Talk about doing a Rip Van Winkle on defense. Come on, guys, wake up. Why are they leaving him open at the three-point line? Come on.
Outside Butler. Embiid dishes to Butler. And a miss there on the triple.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
And when he's open like that, you don't see him miss those looks very often.
It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing, defended by Butler. The shot's good from Lopez.
That's what they're hanging their hat on today, fellas. Hard-nosed, smash-mouth play down on the low block.
Old-fashioned, isn't it, my man? Old-fashioned. Pound the rock basketball, and it is definitely working for them.
And then Leonard with the dunk.
Tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. Clark bringing it down hard,
yes,
my brother.
Yes, sir.
Symbolic there as well of the effort here tonight.
Here's Anthony. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. Anthony's got 5 points in the quarter. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. To the inside, Lopez. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. And the 76ers lead by 13. Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
Really impressed with the way Jimmy Butler last season made big strides in his game, going from a supporting role player to someone you can build your team around.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Hi, guys. Over that break, I was able to catch the message Derek Fisher was giving to his team. He told the team he wanted their offense to run through Carmelo Anthony. Their offense is most effective, Coach said, when he is most involved. And they're looking for total involvement from him for the rest of this game. Coach was not wasting any time in altering their strategy here in the second half. And Kevin, he's going to have to hope those changes take effect quickly.
Thanks, Doris. Galloway, the pass to Porzingis. No good. Great D that time from Leonard. Embiid with it. He's picked up by Lopez. Lopez kicks to Leonard. Lopez with the steal. And a fast break now for New York. And the rejection by Leonard. And here they come. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. Another three for Philadelphia.
Great outside shooting fueling this run.
And the D is getting bombarded. They haven't been able to slow them down the least bit.